I'm gonna have to go ahead and change that for today because that's tomorrow now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you're watching this video. We are back, and not quite with a live stream today, but we are back with a video. Today, we're watching What You Want with Ren. And tomorrow we are doing the live stream. I apologize that I didn't realize that you have to actually request a stream before you can actually stream, which seems a little counterproductive to me because we're already doing videos and stuff. So whatever. Regardless, we're on tomorrow instead. I hope to see you there. And if you can't, it's totally get it. But we'll see if we can get a VOD out for the live. I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, we are back with What You Want. So without further ado, let's get into it. Love you all. Let's do this. So we are going to do something a little bit different today. We are going to watch the video as a reaction first and then do the lyrical analysis. So if you want that, you probably want to skip a little bit ahead to lyrical analysis. Otherwise, we got the react on tap, so let's get back to that. All right. Ooh, I love that they're on streets of Britain. I'm assuming it's Britain.
Oh my god, music these days is like so lame. I can't listen to the radio without cringing my big tits off. I wish someone would take it back to the old school.
What?
Boom like dynamite, yes I'll get wild. Blowing up the scene like a freaking missile. Quick hit the deck, so here comes the pressure. Sounds so ill, better call a health inspector. People of the world, people all over the nation. This is my John, yes I bring the good vibration. Lyric education, I'm elevating the ratings. It's blatant, I'm painting the shape with this great innovation. I'm making step up on the scene. Fresh like grass when the grass is green. Start the combustion, I'll be the master. Sword in the stone, I'm the new King Arthur.
Yo, I love they're just dancing.
Pinnacle of music, fuse it with blues and then use it carefully. Please don't abuse it, lose it like a mental patient. Schizophrenic conversation. Hi Ren, my name is Ren. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's great, man. I got what you want, I got what you need. Old school kicks with a new school twist, banging on my MP3. I got what you need, I got what you want. A vintage classic, bounce like elastic, old school song. Devastating.
Yo, I just want to pause for a second. It's been a while since we had like a really hypey track. I think just in general on the channel, but also like from Ren. Is a completely different vibe. I love both, but it's nice to have this break, I think, just between all the sorrow and the reflectiveness. And not that you don't need that other part, but this is hype. I'm really enjoying the vibe of this.
Old vintage classic, bounce like elastic, old school song. Devastating worlds like a whirlpool, tough like a turtle. I rock a whole room without a single rehearsal. Face turn purple, blowing off steam. I glow like Christmas, watch me gleam. Come out the blue like a shark attack. I got you in my jaws, how you gonna react? When I snap my trap, I crack your back flat. I biggity, 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 snap my trap. Jump in, jump out, shake it all about. Move to the sound now, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down, sit the fuck down.
I love how they sat down.
So pass me the crown. I'm warrior like Xena, Julius like Caesar. Cooler than an ice cube sitting in your freezer. I'm rocky but I'm meaner, I'll turn you like I'm Tina. Flow could turn an atheist into a believer. I got what you need.
Damn.
Old school kicks with a new school twist, banging on my MP3. I got what you need, I got what you want. A vintage classic, bounce like elastic, old school song.
And the remixing? Come on, this is so dope. What a throwback vibe. Even the bass line that we've been getting? Oh, I love it. Ooh, these guys can dance.
Flipping sick, I'm wicked, tricky, I'm lippy, I'm sick. Ripping, you're tripping, no kidding, dipping and rip up the set. With the rhythm, I give them shivers, I'm triggering kids. Edibles, biblical, mythical, critical, hold my breath.
Hold my breath, nothing more, nothing less. Puffing, draw, passing left, busting raw on her chest. I digress, I'm a menace, I'm a mess. I'm the baker, make the bread, Undertaker, raise the dead. I got what you want, I got what you need. Old school kicks with a new school twist, banging on my MP3.
Oh, they're all just enjoying this so much. I love it.
A vintage classic, bounce like elastic, old school song. I got what you want, I got what you need. Old school kicks with a new school twist, banging on my MP3.
God damn. I love how they even looked that little bit in there.
We're shooting, filming. Oh, sorry, man. I thought you were. It was okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, bro.
I love that they kept that in there. That little, it's like when you put bloopers at the end of a movie. Oh, that's so great. Oh man, that guy's gonna look back and be like, damn, a lot of people saw me do this. But honestly, that was cool. I love it. It's almost like he reminds me a little bit of the park attendant. Oh, that was dope. I love the vibe. The bounce to this song is unreal. And it really is like old school. And he kind of said that at the start, like where we're starting to say, you know, like the music in the past is better. And we get that whole old school retro vibe here with the bounce. Ooh. Ooh, okay. That was sick. This is going to be one that I replay a lot. I can feel that. But let's get into the lyrical analysis, shall we? I'm going to pull up the lyrics. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I mean, like, genuinely, this song is such a vibe. Like, I found the lyrics and stuff, but even while searching them, I could feel this smile just on my face because it's such a good beat and good vibe and good just noise. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. Something that's cool with the start of this too,
Oh my God,
is they're saying they want old school, right? And what's funny is the present vibe, like the present modern fashion that they were wearing, and they go into the store, the color in the video is black and white, but then when they come out wearing the more retro fit style, you got color popping, and I love that. Oh my god. And then the what you want was pink, which means we want that color, we want that splash of the past. Yeah, that's solid.
music these days is like so lame. I can't listen to the radio without cringing my big tits off. I wish someone would take it back to the old school.
I don't think that needs much explanation because yeah, we want to go back to old school. But I love how he personifies this as like someone who's got like everything, you know, who is more like, it sounds like a poser in a way. But my big tits off, that kills me. Oh my god.
Dynamite, yes, I get wild. Blowing up the scene like a freaking missile. Quick hit the deck, so here comes the pressure. Sound so ill, better call a health inspector. People of the world, people alive of the nation. This is my John, yes, I bring the good vibration. Lyric education, I'm elevating the ratings. It's blatant, I'm painting the shape of this great innovation. I'm making
God damn, lyric education. I'm painting the way with the shape of the great innovation. Yo, that because it's that's what he's doing, right? He's basically changing the world with his lyrics, but the way that he's doing it is he's educating, so he's teaching us through that. And then he also says he's elevating the ratings, and goddamn, is he not elevating the ratings? That's literally what's happening right now. We're seeing him blow up like dynamite, which brings us to the start, right? And that's so dope because he is like a missile. He's like a seeking missile. He knows exactly what he's looking for, and he slams into it, blowing it up into our face in such a beautiful, exciting, passionate way. And then one of the cool things he says, sounds so ill, better call the health inspector, because he sounds ill because he's cool with it, he's sick with it. But then also, like, it's kind of going back to what he said in Illness Over Time, where ill is both like he's sick with it, but then also he's sick, and then on top of that he called the health inspector because he's so sick with it, it might make you sick because you're going to catch his flow, you're going to catch this rhythm, which like you saw, it's so infectious, this whole thing. His entire brand is so infectious. I love it. Okay. Woo! And then also the one thing he says, it's a good vibration. Hell yeah, it is, man. It is a very good vibration.
Lyric education, I'm elevating the ratings. It's blatant, I'm painting the shape of this great innovation. I'm making when I step up on the scene, fresh like Ross when I cross, it's green. Start the combustion, I'll be the master. Sword in the stone, I'm the new King Arthur. Could I get a minute to finish this pinnacle of music? Fuse it with blues and then use it carefully. Please don't abuse it. Lose it like a mental patient. Schizophrenic conversation. Hi, Ren. My name is Ren. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's great, man.
Yo, that's so good. I love that. He basically says, can I get a minute to finish this music, right? Because he wants to put it all together. He doesn't want to rush it, right? Because he's going to mix all these different like styles with it into the song, and that's literally what he's doing here, right? And he's saying, please don't abuse it, because that's what people do a lot in the music industry. They abuse the kind of the popular songs and then keep using those to like the standard like protocol or procedure for making those, and they abuse that. And he's like, don't do that to mine. I don't want none of that on mine. I want my old school jam, the real stuff, you know what I mean? And then like lose it like a mental patient, go right back to higher end, and it makes so much sense, right? Where he's losing it like a mental patient, but losing it in a good way, like losing, like going crazy on the track, right? Because that's another way to say losing it. But then he also feels like he's losing it because there's so much stuff going on in his life that makes it all feel so crazy, right? And he's a schizophrenic conversation where he says, "Hi Ren, how you doing?" And we're basically seeing Hi Ren, but in like a fun, upbeat way. That's so cool. One of the other things he says is, "When I step up to the scene, fresh like grass when the grass is green," right? Like he feels so fresh, like cool, like new and different. But on top of that, like where the grass is always greener, right? Because where he is, the music is just better than what's out there right now. So if you're someone who doesn't like the the stuff that's currently out there, you should be seeking out his music where the grass is greener. And that's such a cool way to say that. Oh my God. And then also like Sword in the Stone on the new King Arthur, because yeah, he pulls out the Sword in the Stone because he holds the true key. He's the king of music. And that's what we're seeing here. This just... oh my God, this is so exciting. I love how much fun they're having in this video too. That's like that. I think a lot of people, a lot of artists out there just don't understand how to make a good music video that is like a lot of excitement. Like you don't need a lot. And Ren is proving that. You don't need a lot of money to make a great music video. You need like special effects or anything. You just need to make it relatable. And this right here, just walking through the streets, dancing, having a good time. God, this is it. This is perfect. Ah.
I get a minute to finish this pinnacle of music. Fuse it with blues and then use it carefully. Please don't abuse it.
God
Use it
damn.
like a mental patient. Schizophrenic
Use it with
conversation.
blues
Hi
too?
Ren, my name
Nice.
is Ren. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's great, man. I got what you want. I got what you need. Old school kicks with a new school twist. Banging on my MP3. I got what you need. I got what you want. A vintage classic, bounce like elastic. Old school song.
Devastating worlds like a whirlpool, tough like a turtle.
I rock a whole room without a single rehearsal. Face turn purple, blowing off steam. I glow like Christmas, watch me gleam. Come out the
Ooh, glow like Christmas, watch me gleam, because he's also bringing you the gift, the gift of his music. And also, just on top of that, I don't think I have the rest of the lyrics here, so give me 1 second. Okay, I got him out. But yeah, so it's like glow like Christmas, because like he's literally like he's like Christmas lights, which light up all of winter basically, which is one of the darkest times. And then on top of that, it's because he brings us the gift of his music, and that's so dope. But one of the things he says is, devastating worlds like a whirlpool, because he's putting everything into a spin cycle, or he's taking everything and just turning it around. And that's such a cool way to say that. But then tough like a turtle, because he has that rock hard shell that even if the world throws the worst things at it, he'll still survive, because he's got that strength of character, right? And then I rock a whole room without a single rehearsal, because we've seen it. He just goes live whenever he wants, anywhere he wants, with anything that he has, whether he has an instrument or not, he'll still kill it. And then face turned purple, blowing off steam, because he's like, think about it, blowing off steam, you're literally releasing air, right? So you have no air and your face is turning purple, kind of like right now where I'm like running out of air trying to get all this out there because it's so awesome. But your face turns purple. But his blowing off steam is rapping and music and releasing that. And so when he's spitting, it's not just releasing air. He's not just blowing off steam. He's literally blowing off steam by using music, by creating music and creating lyrics and then getting them out there at the speed of this rap, which is really fast, by the way. This is bars. And then that's why his face turned purple, because his blowing off steam, the way to release all that energy is through the therapy of music. And that requires him to basically let out all his air. Come on, man. Ren, you need to miss at least once, but I also don't want you to miss.
steam. I glow like Christmas, watch me gleam. Come out the blue like a shark attack. I got you in my jaws, how you gonna react? When I snap my trap, I crack your back flat. I biggity snap my trap. Jump in, jump out, shake it.
Ooh, okay. Come out the blue like a shark attack, right? And that's exactly blue like water. So he's coming out the water like a shark, right? But on top of that, coming out the blue, like, you know, when you say something just came out of nowhere, and that's what Ren is, right? A lot of people are like, where did this guy even come from? And so he quite literally is like a shark, and then he just bites down because everyone else that is in the industry is nothing compared to him. And he's a shark and everyone else is like a minnow, you know what I mean? And so to him, everyone, he can just bite and take him out because his bite to his songs is so much better than most other artists out there. And that's such a clean way to say that. And then he just goes into it. When I snap my trap, which means like you snap your mouth closed, but on top of that, when he snaps a trap, which is kind of what he set up for the industry, because like, you guys don't know what you're doing. This is my trap to show you that the music industry is doing it wrong. And so they get caught in this trap because they don't realize how awesome Ren is. But he cracks your back flat, and then the wiggity 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 snap my trap. I love that back to that. Oh, that's so cool. Yo, he just, oh man, there's just so much punk and flavor and style to this, and I just love it so much. Oh my god. Okay.
Shark attack. I got you in my jaws, how you gonna react? When I snap my trap, I crack your back flat. I biggity 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 snap my trap. Jump in, jump out, shake it all about. Move to the sound now, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down, sit the fuck down. I'm king like Kong, so pass me the crown. I'm warrior like Xena, Julius like Caesar. Cooler than an ice cube sitting in your freezer. I'm Rocky but I'm meaner, I'll turn you like I'm Tina. Flow could turn an atheist into a believer.
I love that line so much. Oh my god. But then he's basically jump in, jump out, shake it all about, and then sit down, because it's like, sit down? What? Why am I sitting down? But then it's like, this is him. You're moving to the beat of his music. You're moving to his rhythm. You got to do what he's going to ask you to do, right? But also, it might be a sit down because that's what the industry told him to do. And he's like, I'm not going to sit down. I'm the king of this track, right? And so I'm the king of this music. And that's what he's going to do. He's like King Kong, who is the one that climbed to the top of the tower on his own, right? And beat off all these flies of helicopters and like airplane or whatever they were. I don't remember anymore. Fighter jets? Sure. But that's kind of like the music industry as a representation of him as he's climbing. Yo, that's dope. And then on top of that, he's like a warrior like Xena. And I love that he chose Xena because it's super easy there to pick any like male warrior, but he actually picks a female warrior and one who's committed to kind of duty and honor and strength. And what a good choice. And then Julius like Caesar, like the king, right? And then also cooler than an ice cube that's in your freezer because he's just so cold with it, right? Like all his bars are so cold. So he's cooler than an ice cube, but also just his demeanor is really cool. And that's what we're getting from the video itself. And then I'm Rocky, but I'm meaner. And that's kind of a twofold, right? Because like Rocky, because he'll fight his way out of it, right? If it comes to it, he will fight and he will win because he'll box the crap out of anyone else who challenges him. But then also Rocky, almost like he's got a Rocky exterior where he's got that hard shell where we talked about the turtle earlier. And that's really a cool like callback. And then, but I'm meaner. So whatever you expect Rocky to do to you, I'm worse than that because I'm worse than anything you've ever seen. And that's such a dope way to say that. And then like, I'll turn you like I'm Tina, like Tina. Oh my God, there's just so much stuff in this. But honestly, the best one for me is this line right here. Flo could turn an atheist into a believer. And he's using it kind of like atheist is someone who doesn't believe, right? Doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in whatever. But in a way, he's saying that I am the god of music. And even if you don't believe, once you see me, you will appreciate and understand that I am the god of music. So I will turn you from an atheist to a believer with how powerful my bars and music is. Just so awesome. Okay.
I'm meaner, I'll turn you like I'm Tina. Flo could turn an atheist into a believer. I got what you want, I got what you need. Old school kicks with a new school twist, banging on my MP3. I got what you need, I got what you want. A vintage classic, bounce
just
like
a bounce.
old school song.
And then we got the old school remix. I love how he fell. Yo, even that whole section there, like that, like he produced that. He had to think about how to put that together, and it still sounds so old school and so clean. And just I keep saying it, but the bounce to this song, I just love it. It makes you want to move, just like in my chair. If I was standing up right now, I'd be walking around dancing. This is dope. This is fire. even like the moves that they're doing are kind of like old school, like breakdance style, and I love that. Oh my god, this is dope.
Flipping sick, I'm wicked, tricky, I'm lippy, I'm sick. Ripping, you tripping, no kidding, dipping, then rip up the set. With the rhythm, I give them shivers, I'm triggering kids. Edibles, biblical, mythical, critical, hold my breath.
Okay, hang on. That one needs lyrics. So, okay, flipping sick kickflips, I'm wicked. Tricky, I'm lippy, I'm sick. I can't even say that in slow cadence, and he's just like killing it. I love that. And he's saying flipping like sick kickflips, right? Because he's doing flips, and when you think about that, like he's flipping the script, right? Which he kind of talks about in Power, but he's flipping the script on what's required for a great music video or a great song. He's taking that and running with it, right? And then on top of that, we're saying that we're ripping, you're tripping, no kidding, dip in, then rip up the set. We're like ultimately like he just arrives, right? He dips in and then he rips up the set where he kills it all, right? So he shows up to the venue, probably tripping a little bit, right? And then you're tripping, no kidding, because you see him come up, you're like, wait, what's this guy gonna do? And then all of a sudden he rips up the set, you're like, whoa, I didn't expect that. This guy's nuts, right? It's kind of like what we're seeing here. I'm sure a lot of people when they see Ren do like High Ren or something, like anything where he's just singing, like even like How to Be Me, that kind of style, if they came and saw this, they'd be like, there's no way this guy and that guy are the same person, because who can do that? Really? Only Ren. You know what I mean? Like there's very few people that can have this ability in both rap and just regular songs, which is so impressive. And then quick with the rhythm, I give him shivers, I'm triggering kids. Syllables, biblical, mythical, critical, hold my breath. I love that all these like synonyms for like amazing, right? And so like biblical, because he's like God of music. Mythical, because we've heard of greatness that is of his caliber, but we've never seen it until now. And critical, because he's so important in this time, because of the moves that he's making and the ideas that he's spreading. Oh, that's jokes. That's amazing. And then hold my breath. Oh, because he's just holding his breath for the moment where he can release it again, right? Where he can get his face purple because he wants to blow off that steam, but also holding his breath, like taking a hit. Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
I give them shivers, I'm triggering kids. Edibles, biblical, mythical, critical, hold my breath.
Hold my breath, nothing more, nothing less. Puffing, draw, passing left, busting raw on her chest. I digress, I'm a menace, I'm a mess. I'm the baker, make the bread. Undertaker, raise the dead. I
like how for like a second there, we get like traditional, you know, lyricism that comes in most songs where it's like that not so great, you know, like it's about crappy topics, not really meaningful, but when he does it, it's almost like he's commenting on that in other people's music, and so it's a little bit different. And here I like it, but when a song is truly about this kind of like content, I'm like, whatever, it depends on the beat. But I love that he's kind of using this as like a comment on other songs, and that's so dope. Because he's basically saying like, you know, puff and draw, pass and left, and we're talking about like getting high or doing any kind of drugs, and then also on top of that, busting raw on her chest, which is like, you know, releasing onto her chest. But he says, I digress, I'm a menace, and he's saying like, I digress, that stuff, I'm sorry, it's not really who I am, but like that's just something that came up, and like he's actually openly admitting that's like whatever, that's stupid, I don't need that. And then we kind of go back to I'm a menace, I'm a mess, because he's also a menace to society, but also a mess because he doesn't have it all together. And then when you combine that in the combination of how crazy his life has been, it's just it's nuts, right? And then I'm the baker, make the bread, Undertaker, raise the dead. Undertaker is ultimately like, isn't that the person that actually kills people? But Undertaker, raise the dead, where you're bringing people back to life, and you're actually bringing music back to life in this way, right? That's what we're doing. And he's the baker, he makes the bread, which is one, the dough, like money, but also the bread, like making something come to fruition, which is his music. And then that's how you raise the dead, by bringing your music, which gives people life. Yo, that's so solid. Oh, and I love that this dance move section here, this is so wicked.
I digress, I'm a menace, I'm a mess. I'm the baker, make the bread. Undertaker, raise the dead. I got what you want, I got what you need. Old school kicks with a new school twist, banging on the MP3. I got
Yo, low key, this girl here is so happy watching everyone dance, and I love that.
Old school kicks with a new school twist, banging on my MP3. I got what you need, I got what you want. vintage classic, bounce like elastic, old school song. I got what you want, I got what you need. Old school kicks with a new school twist, banging on my MP3.
I don't want it to end. Just keep going. Just keep it going forever. Oh man, that was so awesome. I'm so just jazzed up after watching that video. That was so cool. Oh, what a vibe. That's like the word for it. Just what a vibe. Oh man, if you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, or don't. Who am I to tell you to do anything? But I hope that you're all having an amazing day, but I hope that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and then your year is better than your month. Love you all, and hopefully see you tomorrow, but if not, I'll see you on the next one.